This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
So what up, though, and welcome back to the channel. So we're going to get into a few points that I want to share with you as far as what it takes and how much does it take to start your NEMT business in the new year, 2024. You know, prices may have changed, and we just want to go over a few things and what you're going to need to get started. Now, certain things that you may not need, and you may have to, disregard what I'm saying. But if it applies to you, you know what I'm saying, apply it to your life. So, first thing I want you to get to understand is understanding the importance of vehicle insurance in NEMT business. So there's no way around this vehicle insurance situation. The numbers are the numbers. We need a vehicle insurance, commercial auto insurance, and general liability insurance. And I have to say that when you're first starting off, the numbers may sound kind of staggering. Meaning, you know what I'm saying, you might get a quote at minimum $1,000 a month, all the way up to like $8,000 a month. So I'm just gonna give you a general idea. So if it's $1,000 a month, that means the total policy is $12,000 for that total policy, right? Because you're paying $1,000 a month, times 12. Again, this may be kind of staggering, but I don't want you to run away from this particular industry because you're going to make a lot of money. But on the flip side, it could be as staggering as $8,000 a month, depending on the region you're in, maybe your driving record. There's a lot of factors that may come into play when it comes to this particular quote. So I don't want you to be alarmed. But what you can do is you can Google insurance brokers in my area, so they can find out the best rate for you as far as getting your vehicle insurance. So number one, you're going to need commercial auto insurance. Number two, you're going to need general liability insurance. Those two go hand in hand simultaneously, but maybe in some states it doesn't apply to you, meaning that you don't need commercial and general liability. But double check. That's why we always say, I'm not gonna say I always tell you, like, from the jump, do your own due diligence, do your research. You know what I'm talking about? Because you don't want to rely solely on YouTube videos and ebooks and things of that nature. Just do your own research so you can make sure that you're doing the right thing that applies to you in Texas or California or North Carolina. You know what I'm talking about? So vehicle insurance, that's the first thing I want to talk about. So it's going to cost you. What it costs you, I do not know at this particular point, because every state is different, I'm talking about, and your situation as far as your business model goes is different. So you can expect to pay generally around $1,000 to, I would say, upward to $8,000 for that particular policy. Okay. Next, we want to talk about the NMT Application Fee. What to expect and how to navigate that particular scenario. Now, when you're starting the NEMT business, any business that you start, whether it's construction, whether it's a marketing agency, real estate, anything, you're going to need certain qualifications, certifications maybe, or licensing. And there's fees also that goes into this. So if you go to your business and licensing division in your state, in the state of Michigan, it is LARA, right? And so they'll tell you basically like how much it costs for you to do this particular business. What's the application fee to apply for this business? So in some states, such as New York, it's $688. New Jersey, $688 for the application fee. Michigan doesn't have an application fee, but North Carolina, I believe it's like $625. Texas, I believe it's $585. So different states have application fees. So you can bank on, depending on what state you're in, to pay an application fee, NEMT application fee, non-emergency medical transportation application fee, or emergency medical transportation, however they word it in your particular state. Just know that you're gonna have to pay that fee. I'm talking about, there's no way around that. So for right now, we're at we did the insurance, vehicle insurance. Then there's an application fee for the NMT industry. So those two things, just know that you're gonna have to pay when you're starting up your business. Next, you want to explore business entity setups. What I mean by business entity setup, if you watch any of my other videos, there are certain ways that you have to structure your business, whether it's a sole proprietorship, an estate, LLC, a corporation, a trust, or any of those type of business entities. Now, you go to your local Secretary of State to set up those business entities, and the price ranges from all the way from $50 at minimum for the LLC, all the way up to I believe like $400, depending on what state you're in. So again, you have to set these particular business entities set up, because if you're going to work with Medicaid, you're going to work with insurance companies or brokers, or even medical facilities, you have to have your business entity set up. So we're not going to go away from setting up our business, and then you might want to get funding or something like that later on. So just know that you're going to need to have your business set up. You just can't get your EIN number. That's a given, but that EIN number attaches to a business entity. Okay, so you'll go to your local Secretary of State's website and set up your business entity, however your states conducts their business. I would stray away from companies such as LegalZoom and companies that's going to take your money, because you can do this all yourself. They're going to charge you about $700, $800. I had a bad experience with them. That's why I'm telling you now. My first business, I believe when I started it, they charged me like $800 and something. They asked me that I needed to do I want to have a registered agent. That was like an extra $150 on top of them setting up my business corporation. It was basically like $550 in the processing fee. So eliminate all that and just do it yourself. Okay, just do the work yourself, because it's not even that hard. It takes about 5, maybe 10 minutes at most just for you to do it yourself. So again, that particular cost would be ranging from $50 all the way to maybe we say like $400 or $50, $400 in total. But in most states, that general range will be between $50 and like you would say like $250. Next, we're going to talk about securing your finances. What I mean by securing your finances, you're going to need a business checking and savings account. You don't need a savings account, but you need a business checking account. How are you going to get paid? Can't do Cash App, can't do Zelle. You can do Zelle, but Cash App and things of that nature. We're running an operation, a business, so you're going to need a business checking account where your money is going to be deposited. So you can go to any of your local credit unions, which I prefer, because they have a low entry level as far as putting your deposit. Initially laying down a deposit for your business, about $200. Or if you go with a more mainstream or major banking institutions such as Bank of America, Wells Fargo, or anything like that, they might require you to come down with $2,000, minimum, and then you have to have a daily balance of maybe like $2,500 or something of that nature. If not, you'll be charged some type of fee. So again, weigh your pros and cons when it comes to doing your particular setting up your business, so you'll have the best outcome, to maximize, the money that you're initially investing. Okay. Next, I would say navigating the vehicle purchase process. Okay, so if you're not starting off with your personal vehicle, which I recommend everyone, start with your personal vehicle, just to get your feet in the door. But the one thing you have to know is that particular vehicle, if it's in your personal name, you have to transfer it into your business name. This particular vehicle has to be a commercial vehicle when you're starting your business. So if I have not implemented or expressed this before, it was brought to my attention again. I was like, I haven't been saying that as of late, and I was watching one of MJ Reliable's videos one day, and they were reminded me in their video. They didn't say it to me directly, but in their video they reminded me, that these vehicles have to be commercial vehicles. Can be even though it's your personal vehicle, just go to Secretary of State and just transfer that to your business. Okay, so if you don't start with your personal vehicle, then there's other options where you can buy used vehicles on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and you can buy wheelchair accessible vans. You know, you can get those wheelchair accessible vans anywhere. A used van you can get for about $5,000, and then they can range all the way up to, we'll say, like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, depending on what type of vehicle you have, the mileage that it has, all the amenities that it has in a particular vehicle. So vehicle purchase and or, you know, using your personal vehicle, it depends on, like I said in the beginning of the video, if it applies to you, then, you know what I'm saying, you run with it. If not, then, you know what I'm saying, disregard the information I'm talking about. But I just want to let you know that, you know what I'm saying, getting a vehicle is not as important. A purchase of a vehicle is not as important as you think, because you can start from ground zero where you're at and use what you have at this current moment. But if you have the business credit, or you have the credit to do it, then by all means, I would tell you, I would say go ahead, because if you have a wheelchair accessible vehicle, you make more money. And I know you want to help people when you're in this industry, but guess what? When it boils down to it, what do we all want to do? We want to get paid. So you make more money with a wheelchair accessible vehicle. So I would tell you, I would suggest you, if you're starting with a regular vehicle, then transition and eventually upscale and get you a wheelchair accessible vehicle. Okay, and so that, like I said, that can range from anywhere from a used vehicle, $5,000, all the way up to, we'll say, like $50,000, depending on what type of amenities and things that you are you know, looking for in a vehicle. Next and final is building your team. Okay, so I get questions like this on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok all the time. Like, what should I do about, you know, building my team? So the cost and consideration for hiring in the NEMT industry. So you can hire someone, but at first I would strongly suggest you or your significant other or somebody that you are that you trust, you know, to be your drivers, you know, to eliminate costs in the beginning. But when you do come to that point where you're ready to hire somebody, there's two different ways that you can go about doing this. You can hire them as an hourly employee, or you can do it as an independent contractor. Hourly employee, you are responsible for paying their taxes. You're responsible for like unemployment insurance, workman compensation insurance, things of that nature. So it's more overhead costs for you. Me personally, what we do is we hire drivers independently, meaning you pay them per trip, or you pay them by the week, per load for that particular week. And they're responsible for the taxes, they're responsible for their own health insurance and things of that nature, and it just eliminates, you know, a lot of costs for you, especially in the beginning. So, you know, building your team, you're going to need those type of I guess people around you, especially when you're hiring drivers, because then you want to know, well, how much should I charge? Well, how much should I pay my drivers? You know, that's all up to you. You can start your drivers off with, you know what I'm saying, something like $20 an hour if you're going to pay hourly rate. Or if you're going to do the independent contractor route, you can do it basically like $25 per trip. You know what I'm saying, there and back. So it all depends on how you want to situate your scenario, and it depends on how much money you're bringing in. So it all depends on the owner, operator, and your discretion. But in 2024, those are the things that you need to consider as far as what's my startup cost for starting this business. So if you tally that up with all the minimums that I gave you, which is $1,000 for the vehicle insurance amount, the application fee, which is rearranged around about $400 to $800. We at $1,400 right now. LLC setup is about, we'll say $50. We'll just say $100. So now we at 10. So we say we about $1,500 in right now. Then we're doing a business checking account. We'll say $250. So then we're about $1,700. And then vehicle purchase. We're gonna use our own vehicle. So right now we're gonna go calculate that. And then we're gonna say hiring a driver. So those two last points that I did make in this particular video, you could possibly, you know what I'm saying, do without at the current moment. So all in to get started as of right now, off the calculations that I have, if we do all of the minimums, you'll be all in maybe say about $2,000. You know what I'm saying? That's just on the low end. You know what I'm saying? I just want to give you a general idea, because it's more than likely it's not going to be It's not going to be, you know, $2,000, but just for, you know, shits and giggles. Hopefully you can come in at about $2,000 total. You know what I'm talking about? So hopefully this video helped all y'all. So I'm wishing you much success in this 2024 era that we're coming into, where the NEMT industry is breaking major ground. I want to salute all the people out here that's sharing all the information. And look, if that's you want to get into this industry, you know, we have plenty of videos on this channel. Please subscribe to the channel, and you know, hit that like button and share this information. And if anything, if you need extra help, you think you have questions or anything, check out thehomesschooldad.com. We have resources. We have mentorships, consultations, ebooks, and some resources for you for the coming year. You know what I'm talking about? All right, so until the next one, peace, love, and light. Salute.